Today I'll be sharing what I eat in a day to nourish, keeping it simple for those generally busy days as a mom of three. So I'm starting today with a cup of herbal tea. I normally always start with some kind of hot drink, could be just a cup of warm water, or in this case it's a herbal tea which is specifically for breastfeeding moms. I like to have this most mornings, and it feels really nice and pleasant to have something like that, something warm first thing on an empty stomach in the morning. And together with my tea or warm cup of water, I also take my probiotics, again on an empty stomach first thing in the morning before breakfast. So moving on to breakfast, I'm making myself a smoothie. I like to make smoothies for breakfast as they are quick and easy, just to put all the ingredients into the blender, blend it and drink it on the go, especially for the more busy mornings. So I'm using now almond milk and as the base milk, and then I've got an apple, green apple. Next, I am adding some spinach. I'm using frozen spinach. I find frozen food very convenient to use for making smoothies like this in the morning, and to also cook with frozen veggies. I'm also adding a banana. I do like bananas a lot. I must eat at least 4 bananas a day. I don't know, I just really like them, and I do like adding them in my smoothies as well. And so I'm putting half a banana, but I'm pretty sure I ate the other half separately on its own. I'm also adding this happy gut mix with ingredients that are supposed to be good for the gut. I don't remember all of them, but I can list it in the description below if you're interested to find out. I add a couple of teaspoons of that normally. And next I'm going to add protein powder. I'm using this pregnancy and postpartum vanilla flavored protein powder. It's plant-based from a company called Ritual. I really like it. I used to use it a lot during my first pregnancy, throughout all my pregnancies actually, and it's been really good. I've been really happy with it. I'm adding some fresh blueberries as well, and I'm also adding a little bit more milk to make sure that I can easily blend it and it's not too thick. And we are ready to blend. Next, I'm going to make sure that I fill my water bottle up with water so that I don't forget to drink water throughout the day. Sometimes I also add electrolytes to the water. This is electrolytes that I had for some time. I got it from the UK, and now also I'm going to take my vitamins. So I'm using these vitamins, Pregnacare. I've taken quite a few different ones, but this time I'm using them. So try to take them first thing in the morning, so I get it done and over with, and I don't have to remember it, and in most cases forget it if I don't take it in the morning. Now I'm gonna make myself some matcha latte. I've started drinking matcha a lot recently compared to before when I was drinking coffee. I've never been a big coffee drinker, but still I prefer matcha, so I'm putting some matcha. I'm warming up my milk. I was using, on that morning, I was using vanilla flavored plant-based milk. I'm adding collagen to the matcha as well. And you don't have to, but I do like to add some stevia. Around mid-morning, I treated myself to some homemade biscuits. We had guests. My mother-in-law were visiting, and she brought lots of treats. It was around Easter time, and now it's lunchtime, so I'm making myself a salad. It's almost like a chicken Caesar salad. I'm starting off by cutting up some cucumber. Next comes the lettuce. I wash it and then I cut it up into pieces. It actually has been quite some time since I had greens and like lettuce, so I really wanted to start eating more of those, especially now around springtime. Then I'm adding some chicken. Again, my mother-in-law brought some already cooked chicken, so I am adding that to the mix. After this, I'm adding again some homemade croutons. I really like croutons. They add so much taste, and in terms of texture they add so much crunchiness, and really like the combination of the freshness of the green lettuce with the crunchiness of the croutons. I'm also adding balsamic vinegar. It might be a little bit strange. It's not traditional recipe for chicken Caesar salad. I don't have the chicken Caesar salad sauce specifically either. I'm using mayonnaise. I know it's not the best, but I do like, this is my guilty pleasure. So I am mixing it all up in the salad, and I am very excited to finally eat it. And for dessert, I'm having a banana with this protein spread. It's a cashew vanilla one, and it's super delicious. I just eat it straight from the jar, and they have lots of different options of spreads from this Better brand. And then throughout the day, I have my water bottle nearby to remind me to drink water and stay hydrated. And then later in the afternoon, around 3:30, I made myself a cup of warm herbal tea. Sometimes I feel something like that is really soothing, and it makes me feel quite nice having a warm drink, and it's another way to stay hydrated. And a little later, towards the late afternoon, early evening, I started craving something like another snack, especially after the tea, which was a mint tea. Mint tea seems to have an interesting effect on me. I really like it. It's a very soothing tea for the digestive system, but at the same time, not long after I drink it, I feel hungry. So I made myself a little snack with Greek yogurt, raspberries, and a little bit of stevia. I really like the texture, the creaminess of Greek yogurt, and it just tastes almost like a very indulgent treat. And yeah, so I had that mixed up with some fresh fruit. And you can tell I was a little bit peckish again, so I had a little bit of vanilla crunch dark chocolate, I think 1 or 2 squares of that. So in a way I had my dessert before my dinner. For dinner I decided to make use of my lettuce again and made another salad. This time I added some mixed veggies straight from a can, just ready to consume. In this season of life, I'm just looking for something a bit more quick and convenient, whilst aiming to stay healthy, relatively healthy, and to still nourish myself. So again, I'm doing very similar a salad to what I had at lunchtime, because we had some more ready to eat cooked chicken, and I used pasta instead of the croutons. And again, a little bit of mayonnaise to act as a sauce, and then mix it all up, and that was my dinner. And I finished it off with a sugar-free wafer. Again, I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth, so I needed a little bit also of a pick-me-up final boost of energy to get me through the rest of the evening. So this is what I eat on a typical day to help me stay nourished and on top of it. And I think it's so important as moms or as busy individuals who need to take also care of others, to prioritize our own health, and what we put inside ourselves is so important. That's the fuel that we need to function well. So diet, nutrition is something that we need to keep as a priority. And it's not always easy. Sometimes there isn't enough time to prepare things for me, but I try to, as much as possible, think about consciously what I'm putting inside my body, because when you have to take care of other little human beings, it's important that you're well too. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any further questions or comments, I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!